Hey, Josh Piscator Lee here, and I am back from HTC Ascension, and I just wanted to get ganked by sounds like that on my computer, but I just wanted to do a quick vlog. Maybe not a quick vlog. I might be talking for a while and just talk about my experience. In a nutshell, for those of you who don't know what HTC Ascension is, it's a 16-team North American Challenger Invitational sponsored by HTC and organized by Team Liquid. For the past month, we've been casting and producing the tournament stage online and like casting it from my own room. But for the past few days, a few of us were in Santa Monica at the Liquid House and Studios to do the production live. The live production was headed by the high school Star League team. The organizer was Team Liquid, and the title sponsor, the ones who provided the money, was HTC. And it was by far the coolest esports experience of my life. I got to the Liquid House. Well, it started off by me picking up Bill Jump Carter from the airport, and we've been working together for the past 6 months online, so to finally be able to meet him was really, really cool. So I pick him up from LAX. I live like 40 minutes from Santa Monica, and then we drive over to the Liquid House and meet up with, I guess, quote-unquote, the head caster, the caster in charge of all the other casters, Seth, Achilles King, and then we get to know each other, stuff like that, and the cool part was we spent a few days we've spent our few days in Santa Monica actually crashing at the Liquid House. We're staying in Quas's old room, so to be able to like stay in the actual pro house, like right across like from where Piglet is sleeping, is was like really cool. That sounds super creepy, but at the same time, it's like it's you know what I mean. So I was roommates with with the League of Legends world champion for a few days. Got to meet a whole bunch of cool people. Steve Aronset, the owner of Liquid, super nice guy. In the time that I've worked with him, it was a lot of fun. But I think the coolest thing for me was, and I've been thinking about this a lot, like what was really cool about this event, what was like my favorite part of all this. And I can talk about like how it was super cool to meet all these pro players, meet all these figures, like I mean, working with somebody like Loco for a few days, meeting people like Steve Aronset, like Reggie, Lena from TSM, like Lemon, Scara 2, Mingli, and all the people like that. But to me, it's never really been about like being like, oh, one of the cool people, or casting was never about becoming popular. I mean, I've said this in a previous blog, but ultimately I do it for the community and for the people, because I like when people get very excited over League of Legends, and it's really cool to see. But I mean, even beyond that, a lot of it has to do with the fact that this is a craft that I'm very passionate about, shoutcasting, and it's gotten to a point where it's not so much about other people. A lot of it does have to do with my own standards and my own progress as a craftsman of this craft. So being able to experience a live production for the first time and really put myself to the test to see whether or not I'd actually be able to handle and perform in that type of environment was it was really cool. I was able to do it. I feel like I had some of my best casts ever. Being able to cast live and establish that chemistry with your co-casters who are standing right next to you was something that I have grown incredibly from, something that I hope to be able to do again many, many, many times in the future. And just knowing that this is something that I can do, that's not something that I'll just go up and like choke at, was really reassuring. We casted 4 days, like round one, round two, the semis, and the finals. And I mean, At first I was nervous seeing all the studio lights, all the guests and stuff. I mean, I was somebody who's still pretty new to League of Legends, especially in comparison to the rest of the community. And then all of a sudden, I'm like hanging out and working with these people who I've seen on stream, I've seen on the LCS stage. Like, how could you not be kind of a little bit nervous? But as soon as the cast started, I feel like my first day of casting, I feel like was pretty off. I went back and listened to some of it, and I noticed that I was just like motor mouthing super fast, and I was not speaking at the cadence or kind of measured pace that I typically do. So after I fixed that, I felt really comfortable, like being able to get super energetic, jump around, like flail my arms, and not really have to worry about what the neighbors think. Because when I cast from my room, it's a completely different story. It was it was awesome. That's the only way I can put it. It was awesome. It was exhilarating. It was liberating. It's the best way I can put it because I never got that opportunity before. So um, all the thanks in the world goes out to, especially in just in context of this production. Um, I have to give a lot of credit to Seth Achilleos for believing in me and giving me a shot at my first real production, like first real like big production live thing. I know a lot of people applied for the gig, but the fact that he was willing to take a shot on me, I will ever, forever be grateful for. I'm not to like discount my own talent or ability because I feel like I am a very solid caster in the community, especially compared to the other, I guess, amateur talent pool out there. But still, I'm somebody he didn't know a whole lot about. He's seen some of my work, but at the same time, it's like it's still a risk when you're going with relative unknown. So I, a lot of thanks goes out to him, to HCC, and to Team Liquid for actually hosting and organizing this, so that I had an avenue to experience this new thing and this um to get this valuable new experience and just realize that yeah, this is something that I can do. This is something that I can be good at, and I feel like I was really good at it. I feel like my casting was generally like very solid. My energy, I feel like, was very, very up there. Like probably one of my most energetic casts ever. But so that definitely had to do with the fact that the environments really cater to that. Um, and just all the other things that happened over the weekend, not just the casting, but it's weird because for such a long time I'd been on the outside as like a fan, as an amateur in the community, but to finally be around these people and not just be considered like a fan, but be actually considered like a colleague and a coworker. Like I never like at the beginning I remember showing up and like, oh my god, that's Piglet. Oh my god, that's Loco. Oh my god, that's Steve Aaron said he owns freaking Team Liquid. Eventually it got to a point where it was like, holy shit, I've spent like 4 days with these people. If I don't get some alone time, I'm gonna fucking shoot all of them. And that had nothing to do with the way that they acted or anything. Everybody was like incredibly nice, incredibly professional, but it was just one of those things where it's like you become so familiar with people after a while that it's like all right, I'm used to you now. Like I'm not fanboying anymore. You're just another person to me, and I've spent so much time. We've done so much work together over the past few days that it's like all right, it's time for a break. But to be able to say that right now, it makes me laugh a whole lot because, I mean, who the hell would have thought that going out to like dinner with these people or like staying up till like 2, 3 in the morning watching everybody get uh, a little celebratory. Who would have thought that that's just something I could casually talk about? It's uh, it's really humbling. It's still surreal to me. Um, I'm back at home now. I feel like I was gone a lifetime, but at the same time, it also feels like I it came and went in the blink of an eye, and that's kind of how these productions go. So at the end of it all, I feel a little bit. It's a melancholy feeling. I kind of get that post production like afterglow of like, oh man, that was awesome, or that was a lot of fun. But at the same time, it makes me think about what's next, or if there's anything that's coming up next. Because I mean, my ultimate goal is to cast for Riot Games, and this I feel like was this I know was a very good production to bolster my resume and to sharpen my own skills and develop myself as a caster. So I know with this tournament that I'm getting closer and closer. Ultimately, it's not up to me, but my whole philosophy was I'm gonna do work so excellent that I'd be stupid to ignore, and I feel like I'm on a very good track with that. Um, Feedback regarding the casting was really good. I feel like in terms of a casting team, we did an incredible job, and that I mean, a lot of that has to go out to my because I couldn't have succeeded without my co-casters being awesome. So Seth and Bill, thank you for making me look good, and I hope I did the same for you guys, because that's what we do in a partnership. We on a as co-casters and as co-workers, we strive to make each other better, and we work to make each other look good. So hope I did you guys proud. Worked really hard on this, and I know you guys did too. So if you're watching this somehow, I appreciate you guys a whole lot. It was a lot of fun hanging out for the past few days, whether it's sitting around going over talking points for the games, storylines, things like that, or just staying up till like the wee hours of the morning talking about random stuff. It was a cool experience. I think a few of my favorite moments from this weekend were after was it day 2, I believe, of the cast. A few of us went out to dinner together. It was myself, Seth, Bill, Loco, and Sam Roselight. We went out to Koreatown to get some Korean barbecue. And I'd always known that a lot of these League of Legends personalities were super popular and well known, but it kind of put it into perspective when like we walked into the restaurant, we sat down, and our server comes right over and asks Loco if he'd be willing to give an autograph to a fan. He's like, "You're Loco Doco, right? Would you be willing to give an autograph to a fan?" And then this like squealing server came over. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" She was like freaking out, and it really it was a cool thing to see. I mean, we grilled Loco about it nonstop that night. Like we're like constantly like, "Hey, are you Loco Doco?" And it was. Then again, it's something that he's kind of used to, but it was really cool seeing that in person, to see the level that esports has come to. Then again, he's one of the most recognizable figures in the actual industry, so I guess it's kind of cheating, especially in Koreatown. People are going to recognize him. It's a lot more likely that they're going to recognize him, but that was really fun. Dinner was great. Loco's a really nice guy. He works really, really hard. And I was thankful to get that opportunity to work with him. All the other guests of Ascension were incredibly pleasant. Other fun things. Piglet's a fucking goofball. He's just a weird kid, and it was fun hanging out with him here and there. The challenger team of Team Liquid Academy, all fun guys. Liquid Matt, especially Matt Life. He's an incredibly passionate player, and I think he's a monster support. The plays that he was able to make throughout group stages and playoffs were incredible, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing him on the main stage one day. And people like Dardoch, really, really good at League of Legends, and also they have a lot of drive behind their spirit. So I really hope to see these people succeed, and that was so cool to see. Not just like meeting these players, but meeting and working with other people who are incredibly passionate about what they do, and who give their 110% to making themselves better. Like being in that environment just makes you want to work harder and make you want to improve yourself that much more. So even though I only spent it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like 4.5 days at the Liquid House. It was a massive 4.5 for me because whether it was just soaking in that experience, that work ethic, in addition to being able to get incredible insight from people who have been in the industry for a while. Like I remember staying up with Joka, Steve, until like 2, 3 in the morning, just talking about esports, the industry, and our philosophies on like different things, the business, and how teams should run. Talking to people like Loco and stuff about strategy, guys like Seth about like how to progress myself professionally. It was probably definitely the most valuable learning experience of my entire League of Legends career. So I'm incredibly thankful to have been given that opportunity, and I know I worked hard to earn it. So I'm definitely giving credit to myself, and it's a definite welcome boost of confidence to know that what I've been doing has been working, which is probably a good sign. And I'm guessing that if I continue to work as hard and as consistently as I do, then things will only get better from here as my skill set and my experience are both bolstered in the time to come. But in the near future, I don't really have much coming up. High School Star League doesn't resume till after New Year, so nothing to do in that regard. So I'm gonna have a few weeks off of casting. I'll maybe work on putting out some content to League of Legends related. Maybe work on some demos and things like that. But for now, for the next few days to a week, I'm definitely gonna be taking a break. It's something that I feel like I know that I'll benefit from, and something I just want to do, and I'm gonna do that. But this road to Shoutcaster is it's been a fun one. I never thought I would be able to walk this far, but I know there's still a lot of path left to cover. So I'm gonna keep trucking. I know I'll get there, and I know I'm very very close to being where I want to be. But once I get there, I'm not gonna stop walking. I'll just look for a new destination.